Trump's administration sure admires a certain nation, and this adulation makes me terribly scared. There is no refuting how the Russians are recruiting Trump to work for Putin. Be forewarned and prepared. So before we get distracted by this weird bromance, let's examine how they do the Trump and Putin dance. Since his pal Vlad stroked his ego, Trump's enthralled by his new amigo. Look how he's attacked, claims the Russians hacked. Things like basic facts leave him cold. When they say Russians have dirt on ya, he just tells the press, das vidanya, as we try to sort through that spy report and learn that even Trump's showers are gold. He won't let us see his tax returns, which would show how much he owes Russia. I don't know why we can't find a competent 12-year-old kid to hack them. And if this tune sounds familiar, I bet you thought it's the song from Tetris. But if Trump keeps this up, pretty soon it'll be our national anthem. So let's say niet to Russia and say we know they interfered, though Trump admires Putin's attributes like the world's best prostitutes, which itself is a hoot. Their denials are so angry that it seems they doth protest a bit too much. Trump would like us to be clueless even as he's sinking into Putin's clutches. To us and our resistance, we're just getting started, you bet. And we will stand up to and oppose both those gold-plated schmoes. Tell Trump and Putin yet.
Lovely tunes from Lauren Mayer on this lovely Sunday. How's everybody doing?
I hope everybody's doing just fine. As a matter of fact, I had a good chat with Lauren Mayer this morning. I was on the Tim Cormall show, and I had a wonderful time with Lauren Mayer, Joe and Tim and myself, and I'm just tickled to death. That woman is very into a lot of things, I'm telling you, so we're tickled to death that she lets us play her songs. Hello, Donna Bonacosi, Jazzaniva, and BB. How y'all doing? Randy Peterson, woo pig, buddy. As the title said, it's going to be what? A casual meeting today.
A casual stream, because we were just like, it's very slow here today, and Dad was like, you want to go live like we're supposed to do every Sunday? And it's like...
Yeah, that we missed the last 2 Sundays.
Yeah, and we were like, yeah, why not? I mean, it's been an hour or so, but we're going to do it a little bit differently today. I mean, politics will be involved, but it's just... We're kind of rolling with the flow, and we're going to start off half the stream talking to the YouTube and Facebook chat because we miss being able to focus solely on that. So we're going to do that for a little bit, and then we'll take it to Discord a little bit later. So we're just going to...
Stephanie Dean and Jay Clayton are in here.
There we go.
There you go, baby. Terry Dodd and Denise Holt and Donna Guested. I'm checking out the chat, baby. I don't... Travis usually... puts that away sometimes, so when I'm talking, I don't get distracted, but that's what today was about, baby. It's just, I hope y'all are enjoying your Sunday. Yeah. It's a beautiful day down here in South Texas. We're up in the 80s. The sun is shining. The wind is up, so I hope that does not... hello, Monica. How are you doing, darling?
BB, I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
Oh, there you go. You got a comment.
Yeah, look at that.
Donna Bonacosi. I lost my train of thought. What was I
We were talking about how wonderful this Sunday is. Yes. Like, literally, that was all you were talking about.
That's it. That's it. Impromptu. I had a great time on Tim's show this morning. We were talking about a bunch of stuff and got a bunch of laughs from several of clips that he had played on his show, and I just want to share a couple of them. One of them that Donnie tweeted out this morning, that there were 138 million died in Sri Lanka. There was a terrible attacks in Sri Lanka this morning. That's nothing to joke. He didn't even know what the hell he was doing when he tweeted shit out, just like normal. But it's been a devastating attack over there. Again, one of those situations where one religion wants to kill another religion. I don't know. It's a terrible thing on a religious holiday such as this. But you know, that's the world we live in nowadays. And boy, howdy, it's just pitiful that people can't can't go to church and pray on a religious holiday without having to worry about it. And it's not relegated over to there. We've had it right here in the Tree of Life, the Emmanuel Church, and one down here in South Texas. It's pitiful. But anyway, outside all that terrible news, we were getting a kick out of the fact that one of the Fox and Friends in the Morning, are you shitting me? They came on the air and they was talking about the fire at Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. And that lady on Fox and Friends in the Morning said that Mary Magdalene carried the crown of thorns that Jesus was wearing. Mm-hmm. She carried it to Paris and took it to the Notre Dame. Well, considering Notre Dame wouldn't be built for another 1,163 freaking years.
I was like, wait a minute, there's something, even I can tell there's not something right about
that's
that.
just some other bullshit that tells you, bullshit mountain over there. They'll make crap up right on the spot. Yes, Mary Magdalene herself brought that crown of thorns to Paris. And, I'm telling you, there's no lack of ignorance when you start poking into Fox News. Hello, Eva Adams. I'm glad you're there, darling, over in Germany.
Please get Discord. We would love to have you on the air.
Yes, please. That's how we're doing it nowadays. We have the Discord channel, and Travis can handle all that over there. I think it's a little more reliable than Skype was.
How's it going, Randy Peterson?
Hey, boo pig. That's the guy with the pig.
Yeah. No, I know who Randy Peterson is. Yeah. He's a legend in our house.
Yep. We know a lot of people. Hello, Mitch Goldstein. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, she was in Paris, and let me see. Well, they built it in 1163, I think. So, seeing as how she picked up the crown of thorns in the 1st century, that's year 1. It was a long walk, I guess. They're ignorant as shit over there. Carrie Weihammer, watched your sports your thing the other day, that your sports NATO. I enjoyed it, bub. You did a good job on that stuff, man. I keep your head and all that all up in that sports. I keep mine up in politics, and yours seems to be a whole lot less stressful. But yeah,
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot going on in the sports world to have to keep up with too.
Yeah. Well, I pay attention to the sports world when football starts. That's what all getting up to them. Joseph I'm going to mess up on that. Abatacola. I hope I got that right, bub. Glad you're here, Buddy Davis, baby. There you are. Buddy's a singer.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Very nice.
Big one. Anyway. I'm looking at the chat now.
Yeah, see, now you're gonna get mesmerized from the chat, which is fine. It's a casual stream. How is everybody celebrating their Sunday today? Y'all doing anything other than just sitting around listening to us for the next hour?
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate it no matter what. It's cool we're all getting to hang out, but surely there's something better to do.
Timothy Berglund. Hey, John, I'm moving to Texas in about 6 months. Come down and visit you. I was in company 666 in a boat. Oh, in boot company in company 666. Oh, no shit. I bet y'all got some attention, didn't you? I was in company 053. My company going through boot camp. We my company along with my brigade were the last ones to carry rifles through Navy boot camp. The group coming in behind us, the new recruits, they got their boot camp cut from 18 weeks down to 9 weeks.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about that.
I was in boot camp, and all of a sudden word starts passing around. The new guys, they got 9 weeks. We just doing 18. Are you shitting me? This ain't right. What are they not going to do that I had to do? A lot of shit. The Navy changed in 1971, and in my company yearbook, we all marched around with rifles and all that, and it was a romantic love affair with your rifle. I'm telling you, buddy, you treated that thing with care. Randy says he carried a rifle. There you go. We had to qualify and all that stuff, but the company coming behind me didn't have to do that. And but we got back at them. We called them squirrel companies. There was 2 companies in boot camp. If you're not familiar with the Navy, when you go through the Navy, or when I did, the first 9 weeks, you were a squirrel company. You wore a ball cap similar to what I'm wearing right here. You did not get a Dixie cup until you were about halfway through boot camp. And then you became a white hat company. And we would wait as a white hat company. We would wait out on the grinder, marching around, doing our thing, showing off. And would wait for one of those squirrel companies to come out, and then we would march right towards them. Get out of our way. We'd wait for them to go to the chow hall. They'd get all lined up and everything, and we'd come up behind them. Company commander, move your troops out of the way, baby. Senior company coming through. And we did it. We did it on purpose.
Nah, for real?
We'd send a chow runner up there. He'd come back and tell us when a squirrel company coming. We'd all jump out and march up there. Here you go. Get the hell out the way. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's lots of little stuff that goes on with senior companies against junior companies when you go in the military, I'm sure.
As if they didn't have enough to stress about. Aren't you all supposed to be on the same team?
Well, we are. We are.
Just kidding.
We are until it comes to football. Until it comes to football,
well,
Army-Navy game.
That's a completely different topic.
That's a different topic right
but
there when it comes to some things. But no, they are all a brotherhood. And Teresa, there's still some Trump supporters in the military, darling. Her cousin was in the Navy for 20 years. He's a Trump supporter. Well, there are veterans out there that support Trump, and there's I don't know. There's a lot of sinners in church. Look at it any way you want, baby. There's there's a wide variety of people in the service. We was talking about this on Bob Kincaid's show the other day. Is the military, our police, and other things like that. They reflect the community that they serve. There's a certain percentage of white. There's a certain percentage of black. There's a certain percentage of straight, gay. There's Republicans, there's Democrats, there's a wide variety within each of our institutions, because it reflects the so you got your Democrats, and you got what you call there your Trumpanzees. So go LSU Tigers. Hey, Kerry. But yeah, we're a diverse country, and that used to be just fine, and it still is, but the diversity that I look at now is the separation between the idiots that ain't got a brain in their head to look at this guy and know exactly what's going on, and the rest of us that can read, I guess, because it's right there in the Mueller report that he's a lying sack of shit, and he tries to get other people to lie. If it wasn't for his staff, he would have been, there would have been another Saturday Night Massacre, but we didn't. So. Now we just have to deal with Barr, who is the senior lawyer for Donnie, I guess. He's not the attorney general of this country. He's done lying his ass up there on his. He cherry-picked everything out. Now when you get in there and look at the whole report, hell yeah, there was a lot of shit he did. And so I'm looking at Congress, baby. Congress has to do their job.
Have you finished reading the entire thing yet?
No,
not
shitting
yet?
me? No, not with everything I've been having to do. No.
I need to get down and reading it too.
But what I was thinking about?
What's that?
I wish it'd be easier if I could just print the damn thing out.
Oh yeah, no,
I'd rather have something in my hand that I turn the pages.
I'm exactly the same way, not for the same reason. I have Dungeons.
Victor Bloom, hoorah, buddy. Army 72 to 94. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. There you go.
Yeah.
No, I'm just filling up the space again. This is such a casual stream. No, because lately me and Tyler have been planning to play our first campaign of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
And I bought the books as a digital form. But the problem is now it's like, well, crap.
Well, you can't write in it.
You can't not only write in it, but, I mean, there's so many advantages.
Yellow highlighter. I know you could do that on your computer, but
yeah,
then you got to wipe the glass off.
There's advantages to having a digital book. I mean, save the trees and all that other shit. But the thing is, though, is I like scrolling through the pages to find the exact page that I need, not scrolling through a digital screen trying to find what I need.
Well, I like the idea of putting tabs on it and then scribbling all over what I think of what I find it.
Yeah. Plus, it makes it yours. That's your book.
It's my book. My book.
So yeah, no, I agree. But holy shit, 290 or no, it's more than 290 just 290 is my favorite page of
Yeah,
the
290 is your
report.
favorite page. It's
Yeah.
468 pages, I think.
I keep saying 290, thinking, oh, that's it. No, just that's my page.
Donna Bonacosi said, "I will get it and send it." Darn it, I am. I'm one of those people when I read. I'd rather be turning a page when I read. It's just that I'm old. What do you expect? You know, I can read on the computer, but I don't know. Something about being able to scribble on your book. But
BB says, well, Dungeons and Dragons is still around. Actually, yes, and I think it's far more popular than what it was when it was first a thing back in the 80s, I believe it is. It's become a really mainstream thing, and I'm a late bloomer to it. I mean, I've played little games with friends over the years, but now I really want to get into it because I'm tired of pieces to a board game and to video games. I want to use my imagination for a
hi,
little
Bertie
bit.
Jimenez. How you doing, darling? Happy Easter. I hope y'all noticed behind Travis, Travis has got his own credenza back there now. He's got his own place over there behind him.
We're trying to figure that out right now.
Got the things. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to point it out. One is a great big magic box, because if the Magic the Gathering is a game that they play. That's what I mean. I like my kids. They play board games and shit. They gather their friends around a table and they play a game, and it's just pretty neat.
Well, Dad said you need to do something with your office space, and I'm like, well,
Yeah,
okay.
I told him, man, camera's going to be on you, man.
I didn't really
Do
want to
something.
take anything away from him, even though I think we're going to trade off items every now and then just to keep things fresh. But
Got his drum back there and his ukulele. That's an
Yeah.
electric ukulele, by the way.
yeah, we plan on actually hooking that up so when Dad starts singing, I could play along
when
to
I
it.
sing. Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
That'll be funny.
He's got his keyboard. What'd you do with the keyboard?
No, it's over there in the corner.
Oh,
This
I
is
see
also a storage room in our house.
Yes,
so
everything's in here.
Everything I can't fit
Yeah.
in the living room or downstairs, I have to bring it up here.
Tried to get that coffin in the shot, but it didn't come out. Where's the coffin? It's over there.
Yeah, the other guitars are back here.
Oh,
the ones that were
yeah.
next to you.
Yeah.
So I can grab one of those eventually and
Got one
play.
of them guitar cases that look like a coffin.
Yeah,
So.
those are rare.
Yeah.
Not really my style. I'm not much into the goth scene, but it came with the guitar, so I was like, okay.
That was pretty cool, I thought.
No, it's cool. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not. It's just, when you see me walking around with it, you would think, oh, look at that hardcore kid.
Colleen's son played ukulele, electric
There you go.
ukulele. You know what I play? I play the cajon.
That's in the corner over there, actually.
Y'all know what a cajon is?
I'm sure some people know
It's
what it is.
Spanish for box.
Hi, Bethy Brown. How's it going?
Happy birthday. Happy Easter, Elia Esperanza. She's out in Hollywood, baby.
Well, there
She's
you go.
out on the left coast. Having a wonderful day, I hope. Karen Cormier said, my grandson. Oh, your grandson went home today. Bummer. I seen he was hanging around the house there. I know Karen likes her grandchildren. She don't like it when they have to leave. Don't you wish you just keep them?
That's when you know you're a part of a good family, when you actually miss your family when they take off and leave and stuff.
BB says take a violin and turn it into a little guitar.
See, I would love to play violin. Actually, my girlfriend has been playing violin for many years, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet.
She plays the ocarina.
Yeah, she plays, I think out of all the
Very
instruments,
well.
she's a multi-instrumentalist, but she plays ocarina.
Whatever
More so
that
than most. In fact, I think she has over 10 custom models that were hand-built just for her. She takes it pretty seriously, and she's really good at it.
I was going to go grab the cajon, but
It's all the way across the room.
it's all the way covered up by guitars and stuff. A cajon is a box. It's a box that you sit on. And then for those people that just like to tap their fingers, well, each side of that box has a different sound. There's a little snare drum sound. There's a bass sound on one side. So you could just sit there and tap along with the music. Easy to play, but you do have to have a little bit of rhythm, which
You just need more
evidently
practice.
I lack.
You just need to actually...
I'm a dancer, man.
Really, what you should be
That's
doing...
what I like to do. You
is-
play the music, I can dance to it.
You can sit on it instead of that chair. And so when we're in downtime, you can practice. That'll give you the excuse to build up rhythm.
Yeah, he's over there playing right now on the bottom of his chair. I can't do it. I can do it with 2 fingers.
Well, that's, you can use your fingers to play
Play
it.
Wipeout.
Yeah.
That was big in my day.
Who did that song again?
Yes, I do. Who's asking? The name already went away. Oh, it's BB. Yes, I have my shoes on today. Yes, I do. I have my shoes on.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, my shoes
Don't
all
hurt
over
your hip doing that.
There are a few changes. If you notice, I'm sitting in a reclining office chair, and it's this was my father's chair when he retired from the Navy in 1963. He went to work for the U.S. Navy as a civilian. He was an electronics tech, and he was a design engineer, and he worked until he retired from them, and then brought it home, and he would sit in it, and he was a ham radio operator and builder, and so he would sit there on the ham radio and talk and all that, and I had to oil it up because it had a terrible squeak. It had a terrible squeak that would have really sent Travis over the edge on his microphone here if I would have not greased it up. But it's a very special chair to me. My father's butt in it for many, many years. So,
and thanks to that, I got Dad's old chair, which now I no longer have to fear falling through the goddamn floor like I was. I don't know if anybody
has been sitting on.
If anybody heard rickety stuff in the background in previous streams,
to crater, just the legs fixing to fall off of it. So we had to move it before we'd have a really good blooper for YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Here's
no, I would have hated it, but it would have made for great video stuff, so I wouldn't have been too upset.
Corey Buckaloo, how you doing, buddy? Richard Anderson, buddy, I'm glad to see you still out there using your voice. It's so important, and I was talking about that again on Bob Kincaid's show. I was on there Friday night with Bob Kincaid, Friday on the Front Porch on Horn Radio. And today, I was on Tim Cormall, and you can find him on India Media Weekly, or you can look at wherever you find podcasts on your device. Or you just wait till later, and I'll put it on my Facebook page, and it'll be up there. But we were talking about how important Bob's show is, especially Bob, and we were comparing my show also because of the location and where we are and who we are. The right. There's a lot of people out there that think that everybody that lives in the center of the country, or that everybody who lives out in the country, or looks like I look, must be a Trumper, and they must be Republicans, and we need to forget about those people. But the truth of the matter is there are a lot of Democrats in these red states, and they're only red by a small margin. And as long as the voices keep on going, and Richard is one, Joe Riddle, Leo Sahaki here on Facebook and YouTubes and stuff, the voices that keep trying to, spread the message and keep everybody involved are so important, because the big media, they got the money and the agenda. That they're going to tell you the news with their spin on it or whatever, but it's voices from the people, both on Bob's show, and I want you to do the same thing on this. Hello, Val Wood. How y'all doing, baby? But it's important. So that's how come I always promote and encourage others to use their voice. And Eva Adams did an excellent job. I'm really looking forward to the next time she turns on her camera.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Hey, Stephanie Dean.
How you doing, darling? I've seen the pictures you've been posting too. Your grandchild. Everybody's taking pictures. Everybody loves their grandchildren, I'm telling you.
The most important thing to remember, though, about when it comes to people like us doing the shows, or people like, Bob Kincaid and all that, we don't have short attention spans like the big mainstream media does. In other words, we can't easily forget about the shit that's going on. We're not going to just stick with hot topics. We're going to stick with topics that actually matter.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing about our
and
grassroots efforts.
The news is always chasing the shiny object of the day.
Yeah.
Whatever. And he tweeted out a bunch of shit this morning. He's going on another tweet.
He sounded like he was on drugs or some shit. What was it? 138 million people
that's what
died.
138 million died in Sri Lanka. It just tells you he doesn't take this time to find out anything before he starts opening his mouth.
Well, he doesn't do
But the mere concept of 138 million, are you shitting me?
That would be a global disaster.
That would be a global disaster. No, he doesn't take the time to.
Well, he doesn't even listen to his own press briefings, so it's It's all the same. What are you looking up his Twitter?
I'm going to check and see what he's recently.
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. I like to put myself through pain every now and then.
Well, it's messed up because I was trying to I had to find a Twitter friend of the week for Tim's show today, and I picked Robert Reich, and everybody knows him. He posts all the time. His videos. He's a very smart, and I like the way he uses his whiteboard back there to, help you understand, and because we're not all the smartest, I don't claim to be a highly educated, talking head or anything like that. I find my news the same way everybody else does. Poke around and you hear it on the news, and then you'd say, hey, I want to check that out. Google shit if you don't have any, if you're not sure, is that story true? Google it. You'll find out. Let me see.
Can you believe that I had to go through the worst and most corrupt political witch hunt in the history of the United States? No collusion. When it Are you reading the same thing, or did you just...
that's it.
Okay. No collusion, and when it was the other side that illegally created divisionary and criminal event.
Criminals.
They
spied on me. They spied on me. You talk about paranoia. And as I always remind him, and I tell him on Twitter every once in a while, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. They're out to get you. And they are. We all should be out trying to get that idiot. Buddy, I see you trying to call me. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can. We're not using Skype anymore, buddy. But
who's trying to call?
Buddy Davis.
Oh, Buddy Davis.
Buddy Davis was trying to call us on Skype, but we're not hooked up to Skype.
So, hang on. I think Tyler's watching. Tyler, if you can do us a favor, can you post the links to where you download Discord and our Discord group link to the Facebook stream? That would be greatly appreciated, Tyler. And to explain, basically put, we have transferred over to Discord. It's basically like Skype, but it's also it's like a community forum all in one. And the reason why we decided to do this is because, for one, we have more control over the calls, and we have easier interactive abilities with our viewers and the people who come on the show. So all you have to do is get the program Discord, or the app. If you're on a computer, you can download it for free or use it in your web browser. I believe it's discordapp.com where you can get it. Or if you're using a mobile device like your phone or tablet, you can get it on the App Store or the Google Play Store. And once you sign up and get an account, you can just join our Blue Dot in Texas Discord group. And there you can communicate with other Blue Dots. And
I want to echo this nomad who said, all I know is I don't want Trump getting away with his crimes against America the way Nixon did because Ford pardoned him. I don't want Pence helping Trump the same way. Who was it the other day? Oh, it was Mayor Pete Buttigieg, who was asked during one of his town hall meetings, who would be worse, Trump or Pence? And he had to stop and think about that. Donnie doesn't know what the hell he's doing. We know he's a crook. Pence, he knows what he's doing, baby.
He knows what he's doing, but he's also a nut. I think anybody who believes in electric shock therapy to convert someone from being gay to straight is a fucking idiot. So
that's it. Scurry away. Hello from Australia, baby. We're proud you're here. We're hitting around the world. I seen Hank was, and there's Shawnee Love. I love the violin, orchestra, all instruments, music, and dance. I dance professional ballet and others, including jazz, swing, and etc. You had me right there at swing.
There you go.
There's my dance. I love swing. Let's get out there and do a little twirling.
And jazz is a whole other beast when it comes to music, so it's hard to play jazz. I can only imagine how hard it is to dance to jazz.
It's got to come from your soul, from your heart.
Yeah.
What's moving you. That's what jazz is. There's Stephanie. 20 years in Red, North Carolina. Yeah. Well, I live in Texas. We haven't always been red, though. I remind people of that we used to be blue. Ann Richardson was our governor. Oh boy, I miss that lady. We were once a blue state. We just got gerrymandered by a bunch of assholes, Republicans, and so all of our districts here in Texas are gerrymandered to favor the Republicans, and it works. And until the next time that we get to redraw the maps, we're stuck with this. Like my district got an arm that reaches all the way up. Seems like up in central Texas, and just to catch a few little towns that are definitely red to get away from the coast, because most of the coastal people are Democrats. We're a little laid back. We're like the people on the left coast and the east coast, baby. A little more laid back down here on the coast of Texas than they are up in other areas. So that's why they gerrymandered the district, was to try to blend the blue part of Corpus up with plenty of those little red towns up going north. So, but yeah. What'd you got?
Oh, nothing. I was just reading the chat. Thank God we got Roy Cooper for governor last time, says
go.
Stephen J. Hill.
Did you guys catch the bizarre tweet from the con man today, considering, yes, 138 million people, Jazaniva.
We can't even consider that a typo.
That's right,
at this
Peter.
point.
Coastal people rock. Huh?
We can't even consider that a typo at that point.
No, it's his ignorance. How do you type out the word million by mistake?
Yeah.
It's, how do you, hamburger.
Well, that could have been.
Copete.
Yeah.
Take a pick. Yes, BB. I do the two-step also. Do the Cotton Eye Joe. I'm not the greatest waltzer in the world, but I do a little waltz and a little polka if I can. But my weakness, baby, is swing. You put a good swing song on, I want to grab Mama's hand and start twirling her around. Get a little bebop going on. But yeah.
There's electro swing now.
Electro,
or maybe not.
I'm sure there is.
Maybe not now. It's probably been around forever. No, a friend of mine introduced me to that genre the other day. He was like, you would probably like this. And
if it's got a swing beat to it, well, that's what you need.
Yeah, it's just picture like electronic music, but swing. And it's pretty much it. Not your classical orchestral stuff. No, of course not. But it's still swing.
It's still swing.
You can dance to it for sure.
You can dance to it. I love it. Be pre, we're doing just that, baby. We're trying to turn it blue. That's what we have to do down here. And in your state, if you're in a red state, be proud of the Democrat that you are, that you stand up for the ideals on our side, which don't include building walls or, we was talking about today on Tim Cormall's show that Donnie's plan to bus everybody to sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
That might end up shooting him in the foot if he did that. If he tries to move all these people to blue areas like San Francisco specifically, because that's where he wants to stab them at, and those people in those states would open their arms and welcome these people and make them feel good, I'm sure. Yeah. But what that would do is for the 2020 census, because it counts people and not just citizens, is who's here. Well, that could give California another congressional district. You bet your ass if you get a big influx of people. Well, look at there. You got enough people there for what you call there your new district. And guess what? That sucker would be as blue can be.
I never thought of that.
So, there's some Republicans over there in the Senate, I guess, are starting to get an idea. Hey, in the long run, this guy's going to cost us. You reckon? After he's destroyed the Republican Party, how in the hell is that side even going to try to come back? They've thrown every value they have on tape, on video, on news shows, on everywhere, trying to defend this asshole. Like, we're not going to be able to pull that shit up when you want to try to run for, I don't know, governor, senator, or whatever. We're going to pull them words up and shove them right up your ass for supporting this traitorous, lying piece of shit who's in our house. And, we have to work to get him out and to take the Senate, baby, because there's work to do to repair this country and the world. Man, I was just poking through the news thing a second ago, and I seen a story about the tipping point of the climate change thing. Jeez, and when you start reading that stuff,
oh yeah,
that's
it's terrifying.
We better get our shit together.
That's the most craziest part, is they're not scared enough.
No,
they take this shit for granted, and it's like, no, We're leading to a catastrophic disaster if we don't do something
The ice
quick.
caps melt, baby. We're
If
in
it's
bad
not
trouble.
too late.
Yeah. And when we have a party like the Republican Party who thinks all climate data is just junk science, because God said this or God said that, it's just ridiculous that they're willing to chop off their nose to spite their face, rather kill us all rather than give up a dime of profit. And that's what drives it all, is money. We'll kill this planet, uses it up. Mama's been trying to find a cassette, I think it's a cassette, of that when we lived on Atlantic Street, Corpus.
Yeah.
That old boy that lived down the street from us, I don't know if it was on CD, if it was on like a computer disc or something.
Yeah.
He had several songs on there that we really liked, and now we can't.
Can anybody hear that?
And one of the songs on there was called Donkey in the Yard. No, I'm sorry, Burrow in the Yard.
Yeah.
And that was mine that you just heard directly under the window of the room we're in. She is in the front yard, and I guess, what's she wanting them in her pen early for? She wants a treat.
Yeah, she
knows when she
just
goes
wants
up,
your
yeah.
attention.
Yeah, she knows when I move her from the front yard over to her pen, I usually grab some little applet treats that I have and put a few in her bowl over there for her to smack on when she comes in. And I think she's getting spoiled rotten to them.
I think that train is coming left
Yeah.
3 times already, Dad.
She's my sweetie. Don't pick on my sweetie.
I'm not picking on your
We've been
sweetie.
opening the gate and just letting Boomer the goat roam around because my weed eater ain't working, so I can mow, but there's edges there, so we just turn the goat loose and tell him, go over there and have yourself a nice salad.
I lock myself in my house until he's done.
Travis does not like the goat out.
No, here's the thing. It takes you one time to have to mess with that goat to know that goat is way stronger than you are.
But don't mess with him. Just let him go eat and just,
Yeah, well-
if he looks like he's looking at you too long, move.
Yeah, well,
Get behind something.
yeah,
Don't
we'll
you
get
do it,
yeah,
you idiot.
yeah. You say that,
No,
but he
he's
looks
sweet.
at you. He looks
No,
at you.
We have
he's-
no problem. All I have to do to get him
No problem,
out,
my ass.
it is. All you have to do to get him go back in the pen is to get a couple of those apple treats.
Yeah.
Give him one and then hold the other one in your hand, and you can just walk right back into the pen, and he's going to follow you.
Yeah, but what do you do when you don't have the treats?
Throw down the treat and run.
Well,
and then they lock the door behind you.
When you don't have
He's
the treats.
not that bad. He is.
What he refuses to admit is the other day I walked out of my house and I was turning the corner and I see him just staring there and I was just going to walk past him, but then he started charging at me a little bit. And I'm like, well, I'm going to run around the tree and go the other way.
So I step out of the shop, and what do I see? Travis running this way, and the goat coming up behind, and goat's just chasing you because you started to run.
Oh, I started it.
Yeah, you started it. It's your fault.
It's always my fault.
Yep. But he's right. If he does try to charge you, you best grab that thing by the horns and hold on, because the horns can get real dangerous.
Stephanie Dean says Jenny should be spoiled.
She is.
Yeah.
She's a spoiled little thing.
Yeah.
She loves
Don't
me
worry,
so much.
Don't worry, Stephanie.
Every morning
she's
when I open
plenty
that,
spoiled.
when after I feed her and she has her morning to do, I guess, and then she wants to go out in the front, she'll bay a little bit, and I'll come down there to get her, and I open that gate, and she immediately walks out, and she'll put her nose right up between my legs and raise her head a little bit, not dangerously, but, and then I sit there and lean over the top of her head, and then I rub her chest. I scratch all up in her chest, and she'll just sit there and rub. She loves me.
I'd stop the chat really quick because this is a very interesting one. BB writes on YouTube, John, how far are you away from the border? Because I noticed that there's a lot of jackasses on YouTube, meaning Republicans, going down to the border and having photos taken with guns and bulletproof vests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're pretty not far from the border,
Well,
but we're
not far in Texas terms.
yeah.
It would take me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe
But
to reach the border.
But the sad thing is those militias are also here.
Yes,
Like they're
yes.
all
in
over
Texas.
the South.
The ones that were just in the news were in Arizona.
Yeah, the ones
in
that
a
got
small
caught.
town. Yeah, they caught this group from Utah or something.
Yeah.
Constitutional Americans for Freedom and Justice or some shit like that. And they were actually rounding up migrants and holding them at gunpoint for the border patrol and whatnot. And I believe the few of them have been arrested for kidnapping.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that shit.
No.
Because you're not the law. You're not Rambo. You're not all that shit. Go home and play in the backyard. Get you a BB gun or a paintball gun and go just have a ball with your buddies.
Or if you want to have a gun, why don't you join the military? And
That's
actually
right,
serve
baby.
your
They'll give you
country?
one. They'll give you one. And point to people that you can shoot at. Ain't no problem. Of course, some people are trying to shoot back at you, but hey, what's that? What, a few guns between, enemies? Ain't no problem. Yeah, if you want, and I'm proud to say that my nephew is fixing to join the Army. He joined the Army, and he's fixing to.
Yeah, how about that shit?
How about that shit? That's good. I like that. Of course, not everybody in the family thinks it's a great idea, but I think if that's what he wants to do, we support him 100%. And so he's joining the Army. And
good luck.
yeah,
Seriously.
it's a great experience. I'm telling you, military life is not for everybody, and you're going to live a life that you're going to remember the rest of your life. That's for sure. Regardless of where you serve, you're gonna remember those years for the rest of your life.
Randy Curvin writes, I discovered I can do a live rant, perhaps from YouTube.
Yes, you can, Randy.
Yes, you can.
Baby, just hit that live button. Go anytime.
If you got your phone, you can do it from your phone. That's what Dad did. Well, not from a phone.
Leo
you did
always
from your
goes live.
tablet.
And I think Joe does his live. Joe Riddle does his live. Leo does his live. I record my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday rants. And Friday was a prime example of why, because it took 3 times to get it right. Because I'm speaking my mind, and sometimes my passion gets me in something, or sometimes I'll mess up, or I just don't like what's coming out of my mouth, or how it came out, or if I stall too long, or lose my train of thought, then that's not good. And I back up and do it again. And what was that thing over there?
Yeah, Deanna Mallory, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Thank you very much.
We appreciate that. More subscribers, the better, baby. We're trying to grow this family any way we can. But be pre, you're not Donnie the Dictator. That's right. That's who he is, baby. Donnie the Dictator. Are we going to open up?
Yeah, I was just letting letting us chat through a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
See if anybody out there want to say hello. There's Mitch. If I could survive being in the military, any of you guys could, but I served in the 80s. It was, well, it depends on when you go. I went in the 70s. Mitch went in the 80s. My nephew's fixing to go in the 2020s. It's a calling. It's for a lot of us. When I joined, I got to admit, I did it, a lot for patriotic reasons. It's that feeling inside you that your father served, you want to serve too. My brother served. It's a family thing, so you're proud to step up and do it. It's not for everybody. I've always said that some people say, well, everybody in the country should serve. Well, that's not a bad idea, but not all in the military. But that's what Israel does. Israel, everybody, when you reach 18 years old, baby, you're in the military, and you do your service for your country, and then you're out. Everybody does. We have millions and millions of people, but there's more ways to serve your country than just in the military. And we should promote that. They used to back in the old days, Peace Corps and other programs like that. Things that built our infrastructure with the Civilian Conservation Corps, put everybody back to work, building our country. There's a lot of things that we could do, modified for today's, today's world. Anyway.
All right, are you ready to try to add some callers?
Sure.
All right, let's see
who's out there.
Let's see who we can get on. Let's see here. I think we just added Bernadette to the call. Bernadette, you here with us? Oh, nope, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Bernadette, we can't hear you, darling.
Hang on here.
Unless your mic is muted.
We're here. We have Jen Morgan.
Hey,
Hi,
Jen.
Yeah.
How you doing, darling?
Slow.
Enjoying your Sunday?
Oh yeah, gonna cook up some rabbit stew.
Oh, rabbits. There you go.
caught this 6-foot white rabbit this morning.
There you go. Hit him with a club, put him in a pot. Make some little stew. He's bouncing around your yard, huh? I bet he had a basket. Oh, Joe Santorsa had a clown car on Tim Cormall's show today. And,
Uh-oh, Jen, we're getting a little bit of feedback from your end.
Sorry, forgot that.
You're good. You're fine.
about the White House Easter egg roll, the Easter egg roll that I guess they have that tomorrow. It's usually the day after Easter or something. I don't know, but
yeah.
This year's Easter egg roll was being organized by Stephen Miller.
Oh.
Yeah, Stephen Miller. And he sent invitations for the kids, but only to the Norwegian embassy. So he could only have just like little blonde and blue-eyed white kids out there. Steve Miller don't want no other color in there.
Are you serious? Did he really do that?
No, the guy I'm talking about, Joe Santorsa, he does what he calls a clown car, and he makes fun of things. And he had a clown car today that was just funny, and it was talking about Stephen Miller is the one in charge of what would it look like if Stephen Miller was in charge of the Easter egg roll. And I remember one of them was one of the games. He had 3 games that they were going to play. One of the games was the brown egg Easter roll, whereas a group of brown eggs would be at the top of the hill, and the contestants, the kids, would be at the bottom of the hill with a stack of bricks. And as the children at the top released the brown eggs, the children at the bottom had to assemble a wall to keep the brown eggs from getting in. That's
so
Steve Miller. Yes, it is. It's right out of the mind of somebody like Steve Miller, man.
It would seem like he would do such a thing, like in real life, anyway.
He's a racist little Nazi. That's what I think of him. He is.
Sparky, how's it going, man? Sparky?
Hey, Spark.
Yeah, had to unmute there.
There you go.
How's your day going, bub?
Oh, it's going okay. I just finished watching the Warriors game a little while ago.
Oh, yeah? Who won?
The Warriors.
The Warriors. Well, of course. That made you happy, didn't it?
Yeah, they got one more game to go and lock up this series.
Well, there you go.
Move on to the next round.
What's that? I want to bet the gold eggs will become MIA for the 3rd year in a row. Yes. Yes, the gold eggs ain't going to be rolling.
We're going to try adding Bernadette to the call again. Bernadette, you here with us this time? Bernadette? Yeah, because we tried adding her a second ago, and she wrote...
Bernadette, we can't hear you, darling.
She's muted.
Oh, you're muted. That's what the problem is.
Hi guys, I found my mute button.
There you go. How you doing, Bernadette?
I'm fine. How are you guys? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter and happy Passover for everybody.
Yes.
Bernadette, remind everybody where you're at.
I'm in Northern California.
Northern California. Up
Yeah.
there near the Green Triangle, I bet, somewhere.
I am in the heart of it, Humboldt County.
Oh, Humboldt
Garberville,
County.
all the way.
There you go.
Humboldt County. I'm one of them girls.
Well, I was thinking about getting me a job up there.
Never miss a beer and butts Friday, I tell you that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Val Wood said to say hi, Bernadette.
Hey now.
Yes, Northern California. That's beautiful country up in there. That's
It's
not too far from
gorgeous,
Sparky.
No, actually I'm like right across the state from him. I'm closer to the ocean than he is.
Oh. Well, y'all but practically neighbors. You're in the same state, same northern part of the state, so
That's right.
that's close enough.
That's right.
I'm closer to the mountains.
And
I'm in the mountains, dude.
Yeah, but you
Right
don't have.
amongst the redwood trees.
Well, I have redwood trees in my backyard. Mount Lassen's
Yeah.
50 miles away, and I can see it from my backyard.
that's what I'd really
Well,
like. Go ahead, Bernadette.
I'm about 60 miles south of Eureka
Oh, okay.
on the north coast. It's gorgeous up here. A lot of state parks and things like that. and the ocean is only 20 miles away. So
I
get out
distinctly
there once
remember
in a while.
going up to Clear Lakes. That's
A
where
little bit,
that's
little
where
bit
me and
north
my
of the
buddies
Clear
used to
Lake.
go. Take our motorcycles and we'd head up through the Napa Valley and up to the Russian River, up near Clear Lakes.
There you go.
That was
Yep.
beautiful country and a beautiful ride,
I-
and a
I'm
lot
about
of
200 miles
wineries.
north of San Francisco. So
Ah, well, that's yeah. I was talking. As a matter of fact, that's where Lauren Mayer lives. The lady that sings the song.
Yeah.
She lives out in
right.
out in the Bay Area out there.
Right
We
on.
were discussing rent out there. Holy crap!
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, she was talking about the rent right there in San Francisco area. How it's just it's astronomical. When you
You
start,
know what, John?
Huh?
I got 20 acres. I look at mountains and trees.
There you go.
I will
babe.
take my 20-acre property for rent in San Francisco any
Any
day.
day, any day. Now, that's
Any
not to
day.
say I would not love to go visit San Francisco now. I would just love to
I
be able to take Mama in there and just go.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
difference between visiting
Yeah.
and living.
Yeah,
I like,
yeah, it's crazy down
yeah,
there,
no,
man.
I can't go back to the city to live again. I just can't do that. Just nothing there for me, for one. Everything I love is out in the country. And,
Yep, me too.
All
more
right.
of a
Me too.
laid back attitude.
We want to welcome Velda to the call. Velda, you here with us?
Yes, I am.
Well, there's Velda. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Enjoying your week, your Easter?
Yes, and it's beautifully sunny here.
Where are you at?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can remember
about
names.
50
I'm not
miles.
50
50 miles from Little Rock.
Oh, is that right? North?
hmm Yep.
Well, I loved Arkansas. We visited Arkansas quite a bit. It's we stayed at Lake Catherine State Park down by Little Rock, and went to several parks there, and then moved up to Bull Shoals
Yep.
State Park on the White River, which
Yep.
was
Been
just
through there.
absolutely gorgeous up in there. Paid a price. Boy, I was up there. I went on this trail. Boy, we hiked a lot. Every park we'd go to, we'd take the trails and hike them up. It was just gorgeous. But I got in a bed of red bugs, and I mean, there was no part of my midsection that didn't look like it was just ate up with bugs, and I'm pouring cream all over myself, and I'm dying, want to get me a rake and just scratch, and oh, it was miserable. But the Arkansas, that really impressed me because we had zigzagged Texas before we went into Arkansas, and at Texas State Parks, where you pay at the gate. You got to come in, you got to pay the fee to the park. Oh, you want to camp? Well, that's another fee for that. You got to pay for that. We get to Arkansas, and I go in there to check in and ask for a campsite. Yeah, just go ahead, pick your one out over there. There's no fee? No. Holy shit, there you go. And I come find out that was because Bill Clinton was governor there, and he did a sales tax or something, a 1 cent sales tax or something like that, and that money went strictly to the state parks, and the state held to it though. So that's how come the state parks in Arkansas are so nice.
Wow. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Thank you, Bill Clinton, for that one.
Yeah.
When he was governor, did that for the
My
state
big-
of Arkansas.
One of the horriblest things that happened to me was when we moved down here. I knew what poison oak looked like.
Yeah.
I had no clue what poison ivy was or what it looked like.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh yes, from head to toe.
Oh Lord.
Oh, God.
We have it down here.
Took
Of course.
took 3 months to heal.
Ugh.
I will give a public service warning to all of our Blue Dot family. If you do have poison ivy, and if you are clearing it out from your property, do not throw it into a big pile and burn it.
No.
No.
Poison oak either.
Yeah, either one. The
Yeah.
the smoke and stuff will carry the same chemicals
Or
that make your
sumac.
yes, they'll go right into your lungs, and you can get a very bad. Tyler had a stint of that.
Yeah, so not only is Tyler like completely allergic from the touch, but when that house next door burnt down, a lot of that stuff burned and got into the air, and while we were putting out fires, we were in the thick of it. And God, I thought we were gonna.
That was a scary drive home.
I can imagine that was a scary drive home.
Yeah,
That
but
was
it was
scary.
scary enough when I pulled up in my driveway, and the house next door to me is on fire, big time. Property around me is burning all around it, and the boys are out there with hoses and water buckets. But I had left Alice, Texas, and that was a good 20 miles from here. And I left, and I looked out on the horizon over there where we live, and so, oh, look at that, a fire over there. There's a fire over there. And the closer I kept driving down the highway, that looks like it's mighty close to where we live. About that time, my phone rings, and it's my wife, Marcia. The house next door is on fire, and we're having to move the goat and the donkey, and it's burning through the grass and the brush and everything. And Lord have mercy, I kicked it in the butt and got home. And when I come past the fire station down there, they hadn't even left yet.
No, they
were behind me, and that really did not make me happy. You know, like, Jesus, I'm 20 miles away. I'm getting there before you do.
Yeah.
The whole house burnt down, and that is the third place that has burnt down since we've lived here in the last 15, 16 years.
And each time the fire department's super fucking late.
Yeah, they're not the fastest
No.
crew. It's a volunteer fire department, so you have to give them time to get there and then get their equipment and get it here. But boy, when you're looking at fire lapping at your house, it's very scary. So
It is.
yes.
But anywho, so yeah, with
John.
Tyler being in the thick of it, he got all that poison shit
Yeah.
in his lungs, and God, that was a scary
That
night
was
for me
scary.
because he was not in good shape.
No.
So
Don't ever get around that shit burning, because it will go right into your
Yes.
lungs. So
Oh,
What
one
we-
thing for Travis.
yes.
Hey, I'm a D, I love Dragons and Dungeons.
Oh, no
I've been
kidding.
playing it. I've been playing it since it came out,
Oh, no kidding. Man.
he's
and I love it. And I'm here lately. We had when my daughter was here. We used to have 8 people at the table playing every weekend for 2 days.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. See, I've been a part of campaigns like a few times. I've played a little bit of Pathfinder, I've played a little bit of D&D, but I've never been a part of a play group that dedicated themselves to actually want to finish the campaign. So every time I ever played, the campaign never finished. So
We played one out for 6 months.
that just sounds like the life to me, honestly. Because that's the, you build that character up for a reason, damn it, to go on bigger and better adventures. Jesus.
Yes. Okay, let's get off of this, or we'll get talking forever.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna see if anybody else can join the call. Let's see here. We have I think this is a new person coming into the call. This is Mitch. Mitch, are you here with us?
that's a size 7, baby.
I'm new.
Oh wait, it doesn't.
Are you shitting me?
Are you shitting me?
Well, it comes up as a different Mitch because the Mitch that I'm used to
Well,
seeing.
what the fuck do you want from me, man? No,
Oh
seriously.
shit!
No,
Jump his ass,
I-
bitch! Tell him you ain't taking that shit. God damn! Get the name right here.
Seriously, this is my my new work computer.
Oh, okay. So this is I'm going to make a
So-
note here that you're the same Mitch. So
No, no,
this,
no, don't worry about it, because I'm going to delete this once I figure out how to transfer my account over to this new computer, so you'll know it's me. So
oh, God.
this is just this is temporary.
You were just
temporary,
trying to.
Mitch.
You were trying to test him, see if he had his shit together.
And I failed, damn it.
Failed. Didn't know.
Foiled
to
again.
go.
So I'm in Toronto, of all places.
Jeez,
I'm
you
here
move
with my
around a lot.
twin.
What are you doing in Toronto now? Oh, you.
I'm on fucking vacation.
That's right. I was supposed to say you were going up there with your son, right?
I'm drinking beer.
Ah,
and
listen to that
smoking
shit.
bowls
Oh
and
man, listen here.
eating cheese.
You
and-
could have called me. I could have carried your bags, buddy.
Oh
I could've
man,
done
it's
that.
so it rained, dude. Man, yesterday was 420. We figured, hey, we're in Canada,
That's
420, right?
Yesterday was indeed
Right? It
rained
420.
so hard
And
yesterday.
I could
It
hear
rained
the
so hard
collective.
yesterday.
I could hear the collective choke across America yesterday.
Oh,
Listen to
not
that.
outside in Toronto yesterday.
No.
It was
Oh,
pouring all
pouring
day
rain.
yesterday.
Oh, it's a good time to sit
They,
inside a
they,
coffee
had,
shop.
they had big doings in San Francisco yesterday.
I bet they
I
did.
bet.
You know what we did? Nothing. That's what we did.
Today we
In
went to
Humboldt
the.
County,
Oh yeah, but I just
every
wanted to
day
tell
is
you something.
420.
I thought you would really like to hear a little story.
What's that?
You know, Friday night was the beginning of Passover,
Yes.
and this is the first time in a really long time that we went away and we didn't celebrate with the family.
Right.
I figured,
Well, you
hey,
got-
we'll be in Toronto.
You got your
I'll
kids
try to
with you.
find. Yeah, I got my son,
Yeah,
my
yeah, there you
twins
go.
with me.
There you go.
I figured so I looked up in Toronto. I Googled progressive synagogues up as the like hip progressive synagogue,
Yeah.
and it just so happened to be Rabbi Goldstein.
Rabbi
So-
Goldstein. Is that the same
So-
one?
No relation, but a common name nonetheless.
Nonetheless.
So I wrote her a note and said, my sons and I are going to be in for Friday that night. You know, is there like a place we can go and have Passover dinner?
Right.
I'll find someone and I'll send you a note. And she hooked us up with this family, and there were 28 people there for
Wow.
dinner. It was psychotic. We had such a good time.
Welcoming a stranger
Emily-
into their house to celebrate Passover. How wonderful is that?
Now, some interesting things. Number one, the people who own the house, they're both from South Africa.
Oh wow.
From
One
where?
of them is an oncologist,
Oh,
and they were very, very progressive, and we had a very, very progressive Seder.
wow.
Absolutely did not neglect to mention the fact of how they feel about what's going on in America.
Well, yeah.
And they didn't care that they had 3 Americans at the table,
No. Oh,
clear about how they felt about it.
Isn't
You know, the world is watching
yes.
America. We have an opportunity. We still have an opportunity to redeem ourselves in the eyes of the world. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Opportunities are going to come really, really seldom if we fuck up and this asshole
We can't let
becomes
that happen.
president again.
We can't.
And
let
I'm
that
telling
happen.
you,
That
at that point in time, oh, I'm serious. I mean, you may think I'm speaking frivolously.
Yeah.
If this man gets elected again, it means America is so
they're so far down the road.
redeemable.
Yeah.
That it's unredeemable.
Yeah. The first time can be accounted to a rise in hatred and bigotry and an overwhelming feeling of we want something different, whatever the hell that is. But I think they've had enough now to taste the fact that this guy's an idiot. He's a liar. He lies about everything he talks about, so you can't trust anything out of his mouth. And his policies are done nothing but to try to enrich those that are at the top and to destroy this country as much as it can. Knock everything out that gets in the way of business, baby.
Putin could not ask for a
No.
better tool.
No, if you ask
Then
who
someone
won the
like him.
election, the Russians won this election, this last election. They
Damn
were
right.
tickled to death.
Yeah, they did.
And Mueller said that in his report, that it was, that's who Trump is, who Putin wanted. Think of that for a minute. If you're over there leaning on the right, you elected the man that Putin wanted as president. So what does that say about the man that you voted for?
Did you see where they voted down the 200 million to stop the election tampering?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that. No, I haven't seen it yet, but that's we're going to deal with this right up to the election, and that's how come it's so important for so many people to be involved. Is the fact that yes, they're going to try to cheat again. The Republicans lie, cheat, and steal at every damn election there is. Are they going to try to stop Russian involvement? No, not a bit, because it benefits Donnie, and it's going to be the same thing. It's mutual beneficial to Russia and to Putin. I mean, for Russia and Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. Congress needs to do their constitutional duty. That's their duty to do this. This is not should we impeach or not? No, high crimes and misdemeanors. It's right there in the Mueller report. Let's get it going. Let's drag that shit out in front of the open and let everybody hear it.
Absolutely.
Point of order.
That's
JP.
that's
Point of
the
order.
thing, John, is that if the House decides they are going to impeach, what it is going to do is put Donald Trump's shit right there on the table.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That needs to be seen. And then we as voters have got to do our job and change not just the presidency, it's the fucking Senate. Mitch McConnell
Mitch
needs
McConnell's
to
got
go.
to go. And to do anything worthwhile, we have to take the Senate. If we
have
take
to
the
Senate.
White House and don't take the Senate, we're stuck in that same position. Mitch McConnell will try to run roughshod over a Democratic president and hold back whatever he can, delay, obstruct everything he did under Obama. That's Mitch McConnell. So yes, it's imperative that we get his ass out of there. Kentucky,
And you want to know what he did?
wake up, baby. What's that?
Hey, Sparky,
fucked up because
how are you, buddy?
I'm sorry.
the nuclear options to basically take filibusters off the table for certain procedural activities in the Senate.
Yeah.
That's going to bite him in the ass
Yeah,
because he's not going to be able to restore it.
no, once
we
you go
retake
past that,
the
it's
Senate.
gone. Then we run roughshod. And I'm not going to mince me. If we take the Senate, I want my agenda pushed up their ass. I don't give a shit what Republicans whine and cry about this or that, or it's going to cost too much money for this program or what. Shut up. Shove it up their butt. Just the same they did the tax cut, the same thing they did to Merrick Garland. You know, they didn't. They don't have a problem acting nasty. You know,
Nope.
we try to reach across the aisle and stuff. Now, I don't want to reach across the aisle. Those hands have shit on them. You know, as far as I'm concerned.
Unfortunately, this politics is going to be for a while in America. It is going to be so partisan. But
Well.
Blue Dots family, if you're listening, get out the vote.
They're doing
Absolutely.
it by choice. We are doing it out of a sense of responsibility for saving this country.
Yes.
That's how come I keep
Yes.
reminding everybody, we are the patriots. I'm sorry? I've seen a finger.
Yeah, really quick before we go any further, let's welcome Velika to the call. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Velika, you there?
Yes, I am.
Valika, how are you, dear? And where are you calling from?
Kent, Ohio.
I'm sorry.
I'm all right.
Hold on, I need another sip
You gonna
of
be all
tea.
right there,
Yeah, I
Dad?
just need more
Jesus.
tea.
Sorry, he got a frog in his throat. He probably didn't hear you.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry terribly. Now, where were you from, Valika?
Anton, Ohio.
Oh, in Ohio. Up in the center of the country, baby. How is it up there?
It's a nutty state right now.
Nutty state? You're dealing with it, though, aren't you? You have no choice. You got to deal with it. That's where Joe Riddle's from. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio. Joe does his show from Cincinnati. Yeah. So.
Okay. I'm going to let you guide the ship really quick. I got to take a phone call because I realize it's 6 o'clock and I got to make sure Rose knows that I'm
sure.
live.
Just
So,
go ahead.
yeah, I'm going to
me
leave you
all
behind
alone.
really quick.
Yeah. Nobody here to do shit. I'm just going to be sitting right here doing the work
John,
while you go out and screw up.
I do want to say,
What's that?
John,
Yes, ma'am?
I do want to say I saw your show last Friday. You look beat, bud, and you look like how frustrated we all really are. And I need to let you know we're here with you.
Well, I appreciate that. Friday was they played a clip of Friday's rant on Tim Cormall's show, and I was surprised that he did, and he gave me a compliment on how what I said. I really didn't think it was a very good rant. It was the third try trying to do it. I was frustrated. There's things going on up in your head, and it's sometimes this shit gets damn well depressing, because it seems like you're reporting or you're talking about the same kind of generic bullshit that he puts out. It's all about chaos. It's all about keeping the news all up in their ass about, this, that, or the other, or what's he tweeting about today, or it's an embarrassment. And
Did you see that news
what's that?
clips and things they were saying about President Obama, but it sounded just like Trump.
Yes, that little montage of radio of
Uh-huh.
clips coming from Fox News. Yeah, I think everybody should take a good look at that one. That's that
Did
kinda-
anybody see Bernie on Fox News?
I did not see it live. I saw the clip. Yeah.
I tell you what, he held his own.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
lot
he
He held his
did.
own.
And it
He
seems
looked
it
great.
seems
He looked
it
great.
seems like they kind of like the idea of universal health care. Go figure. You know, even if you ask these people in Fox News things, if that's a good idea, hell yeah, we need to take care of everybody, because the people in that audience aren't the 1%. They're not the rich people. They don't have the money to hire the very special fancy doctor that is on call.
Nope.
You know. So, but
Just something I wanted to say regarding impeachment.
Yeah.
You hit it on the head when you said it is the constitutional and the duty of their
Yes.
the obligations of their oath
that is
to
true.
address the high crimes and misdemeanors recommended in that document.
The crime would be if they didn't, because that would mean that Congress is
But-
not doing their duty of oversight.
That's
should-
right.
Go off
That's
half
right.
cocked.
Yeah.
Do is they need to do a thorough investigation of all of the allegations
And yes. Yeah.
that up to an impeachment ballot.
No, we don't need to set our hair on fire and run
Yeah,
down the street screaming. We need to do it
I don't want to
methodically.
see. I don't want to see an impeachment, and I'll tell you why.
Huh.
If we have an impeachment, we're going to have another Gerald Ford with Pence, who is going to pardon his ass, and I want to see him in a jumpsuit and
Well,
chain.
now remember, he can only be pardoned for federal crimes.
For federal
I
crimes.
think the state of New York has a few things they
And
want
once
to talk
he's not the president,
That's right.
he is not immune to state crimes.
That's right.
That will
No,
not
he's
happen.
not.
That's
It
a-
is a constitutional
No.
obligation to
I
impeach
agree.
a criminal president.
That's it. It's our duty
Period.
to do that. It's
It is
Congress's
I agree.
duty.
propaganda
Because
that
if
people
we
are saying we
don't,
shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
no,
And
we
Mueller,
need to impeach him just to let future presidents know you can't get in that office and do this
Yeah.
same shit.
Correct, Bernadette.
and we don't only use it for blowjobs. We use it for
No,
the real
we
shit.
don't.
And
That's
and
right.
Mueller let us know that, because he said Mueller's own words in the report, the Constitution does not categorically and permanently immunize a president for obstructing justice. I mean, that's in the
That's
Mueller
right.
report. He, and there's several paragraphs in there where Mueller is telling them that this is your duty. Another one in there, it says, if we had confidence after a thorough investigation of the facts that
Yes.
the president clearly did not commit obstruction of justice, we would so state. But they didn't state it. And the evidence of
And he
obstruction is in the Mueller report. He attempted to obstruct justice. He tried to do it when he told McGahn to fire Mueller. That's obstruction of justice. So I don't want to play pity patty and well, we're not going to go after him because it would just make things work. Kiss my ass. If the shoe was
No.
on the other foot, what do you think would be happening? If this was
Do
a
your
Democratic
job.
president that was doing the stuff that this asshole is doing, what would Fox News be saying?
He would have been out of the office about 6 months.
Oh, they
6
would have
months to a
impeached him
year.
a long time ago. The first lie that came out of his mouth, they would have impeached him.
What we need to do is make sure the hearings are broadcast in prime time.
Yes.
In public hearings, because that's always what I try to reference. Is that's how Nixon resigned, only because Congress in the
That's right.
House was having hearings, and in the Senate, and when those hearings were public, and the crimes that Nixon was being accused of were laid bare, offering money to buy people silence and whatnot. Those are crimes and obstruction of justice, and he knew it. And one by one, those Republican senators turned on him because they had to. Because if they don't, they're going to soil their own reputation by standing up for
Well,
an
here's the
obvious
thing.
crook.
They are going to lose the Senate
Mhm.
if they their fortunes to Donald Trump. They know they're going to lose the Senate. That's their dilemma.
Well, if they hang with this one, I don't see
Okay,
a way.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just get his ass
I'm okay with that.
Mitt
But
Romney failed.
I say impeach him and put his shit on the table.
Yeah.
So everybody knows.
That's what I say. Impeach
Hear,
the
hear.
shit out of him and have public hearings and let the public know exactly what he's doing. Now, yeah,
That's
you have
their
to keep
job.
in mind
That's their
that's
duty.
their duty. That's a responsibility that they have when they took their oath, is to uphold the Constitution.
right.
Well, guess what? You know, I had a discussion with my brother the other day. He's in Tennessee, and he was relaying a compliment to me from somebody up there, and he said that the Blue Dot family are signers of the new Constitution, and of course, you know, there's not a new Constitution; it's our old Constitution, but it started the brain cranking out little things there, and I think we need to ask ourselves, how many of those Republican senators do you see sitting up there would actually sign the Constitution as it is written today? You know, you have to ask yourself, because right now they're sure trying to circumvent a whole lot of it. So evidently they don't agree with it, and you know, it's the document we're founded on, the document we live by, and that
it's the
document says
document they
impeach.
don't want to stand by.
Yes. Yeah, I can't
But
quote.
they've made their fortunes, and I'm okay with them tying their shit to Trump and getting the hell out.
Yeah, Article
I'm okay
2,
with that.
Section 4.
Turn the Senate.
The president, vice president, and all civil offices of the United States shall be removed from office or impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other crimes and misdemeanors, high crimes and misdemeanors. Well, I think there's plenty of that. I think we need to impeach his ass and remove him from office. You know.
And I think we need to call our representatives or letter write campaign to our representatives and let them know
Exactly how you feel. We all should be doing that, by the way. Anytime you get a chance to write your congressman or your senator, or text, they have that thing where you can text such and such to a certain number. You can find that out, or just any way that you can let your voice be known.
any way you can get in touch
That's it.
with them.
Yeah.
Let
I
them
gotta-
know,
let me-
because
can I give
they
you a
need
pro
to hear
tip?
that we want to do this.
Yes. What was that, Mitch?
Let me give you a pro tip. If you can send a letter, send a letter. And here's why.
Yep.
Congressmen get free postal service, but they are required to read all of their incoming mail. Email to your congressman, they don't have to read it.
Well, there you go.
Oh, the
Paper's
fun-
always better.
When you send a letter to your congressman, some idiot somewhere thing up and read it.
Yeah, they got to
I'm
read.
just saying.
Yeah. Well, I prefer
not true
to
about
put
email.
it down on paper because it shows the depth or the amount of involvement you're willing to do. You're not just typing something on the computer and sending it off to them. You're actually getting a piece of paper out, writing it, putting a stamp on it, and taking it down to the post office and say, "Here, send this to that asshole." That takes it takes an effort to do that. And so when they get one, there's a little more credence given to written correspondence than it is the internet. Unless it's some very important document, I guess, or some shit like that. I think a paper letter always goes a lot farther. Of course, that's me. I like to read books that I can turn pages on. So
I hear you.
I'm still old school on that shit. So, but everything okay with Rose?
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
fine. We're going a little bit longer than anticipated. I just wanted her to know we were streaming, so when she got home, I wasn't down there and all that other shit. So
Well, that's
No,
the
everything's
benefit of
good.
living all on one property.
I'm glad you didn't burn the place down while I was gone, though. So
No, didn't
no.
set anything on fire.
no, nothing's on fire. Everything looks well oiled. Looks like you changed the
Cool.
air filter.
Teresa Digman, you're right. He won't resign. He won't resign. He is going
I don't know. Well, no.
Well, no,
Let me,
if he
let me
resigns,
suggest
it makes him a
something, okay?
civilian again, and that makes him an open target for a lot of legal activity that's going on. I don't know. That's a big question, Teresa. What's going to happen if he loses the election? Do you think he's going to leave peaceably?
I don't.
Nope.
I don't at all.
There's a large group of people out there who do not think he's going to leave. you know he's going to immediately start on the rigged election in the 568 million illegal voters out in California, and
all the dead voters.
all the
the
dead
ones
voters.
that he sent here.
Yep,
the-
those. All the migrants that he shipped up to San Francisco are all going to have voting rights. They're all going to go vote. So he'll that's what his plan will be. We saw it during the last election, and he's not going to change his tune. He's going to be talking about how rigged it is, and it's presidential harassment for this, that, or the other, or some bullshit. It's
Well, it would be an awesome day to see him handcuffed and carried out.
It would definitely put a smile on my face, baby. I've always said I
It
don't give a
would.
shit how they get him out there. Get the tar and the feathers and the rail ready.
Get him
I'm
out.
telling you, man, I have
just
my
as-
outfit picked out.
Yes,
I
me
I have
got
too.
it.
my outfit picked out already.
Dude, I got to find me a barber to do me a shave real good.
Yep.
Yeah, when this
Same.
happens,
St-
baby.
you're
it's-
still going live with that, right?
Yes. We are going to find
All
us a
right.
barber with internet service.
Can I
And,
still do this or not?
What's that?
Yeah, you're still in.
Yes, you're in, darling.
That could actually be our connection here because I
Oh.
noticed we went to the red for a minute.
Uh-oh. We could have gone off the air. The wind is very high today down here.
Yeah, Velika just had to step away, but she's back now.
There you go. Donna Bonacosi says guilty. Stephanie Dean says absolutely. So there you go. Well, we got that done. Let's move on to climate change. Let's fix that shit. That's what it's going to be after we get rid of his ass. That's what it has to be.
Absolutely.
We have to go around and fix everything this asshole has destroyed, and the EPA is a big part of that. You know, it's
First thing we gotta do is wear hazmat suits and clean up the White House.
fumigate it.
Yeah,
Fumigate
I
it.
agree.
Because it's going to take a lot to get that stinky ass smell out of there.
Get rid of that phony gilded gold.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, because that's one of my pet peeves. You know, you saw it in his apartment up there in Trump Towers. Everything is gold, and you knew damn good and well when he got in the White House, everything was going to come out gold, and it is. It just shows just that, you know.
Give me
pompous.
back the blue and tans.
Yes. Yeah. Something blue. I like the blue. Blue always looked royal and
But
regal and all that stuff.
Ostentatious
Hmm?
offensiveness.
Yes. It is. It is to me. It is to me.
It's meant to show off. It's not
Everything about
tasteful.
this man is offensive.
No. He wants to sit
Blue
on.
is a comic.
Yes, it is a
I got a
calming.
question.
That's me. What's that? What question?
Why do some Republican women wear their hair the same color blonde? They call it brainwashed bottle blonde.
There's plenty of them out there, I'm sure, darling.
I can see that being a legitimate product
Yes.
packaged that way.
There's
Oh God, I need to get on Photoshop and do that now.
Marcia and I was just looking at getting a laugh earlier about some video that had all these Trumpers in line for one of his rallies, and they were talking to him. This guy was asking them questions, and these people are just so out of it. One of them said, "Well, you can't trust them. They're communists." And the guy walked over and said, "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, it's the Democrats. They're communism. They're communists." And the guy said, "Well, I thought you said they were socialists." "Well, that's what a communist is." Okay, there you go. Let's walk on down the street. Let's check that one right off.
It's the same
Okay.
people who believe the Earth is still flat.
Flat.
You know, or not still flat, is flat.
Hey, I told you I was declared to be a flat Earth denier by the flat Earth people.
Yeah.
Well, good for you,
Good
then.
for you.
Good for you. I'd be proud to wear that badge. Are you shitting me, a flat Earth? Are you? That's just, to me, that is. And what's pitiful? They're serious.
They're
serious. Are you shitting me? Ask
Here's
anybody in the
one
Navy
for you.
served on a ship. Hey, where's the edge of the world at? Oh, we don't know. It's still out there looking for it. Kiss my.
A lot of the Tea Party Christians, they believe that dinosaurs walked with us.
Well, of course. They seen
Oh, yeah,
they
the
seen the Flintstones. It's right there. It's a documentary. I think you could pull it up right up there. Check out Flintstones. It's an early American documentary.
That's called the.
You guys are saying, but it's really sad that grown
it's
Americans think this way.
It is. It
Yeah.
is
It is
absolutely
really
sad.
sad.
That's
Yes.
what happens when you cut school
Yes.
funding.
Yeah.
That and believing everything you read on the internet immediately as you read it. Like, wait, what? You mean this is a possibility that the Earth is flat? Am I going to look into it? No.
No.
That'd be too
No.
easy.
If you even entertain that thought in your head, well, maybe I'll go look into it. They say it's flat. Kiss my ass. Get over there in that line of stupid people.
I'll never stop saying it. One of my favorite tweets I've ever read was from the Flat Earth Society, and they said, "We have flat Earth fans from all around the globe."
It says it all right there. All around the globe. Boy,
I have a confession to make, you guys. I'm one of the people who in with the folks that are doing all the YouTube videos against flat Earth.
Oh, good for you.
It takes up most of my time these days.
Well, there you go.
There's my donkey again. Oh, listen how pitiful she sounds now.
So you're basically spreading the good word of, the round globe.
The round
The
object floating in space.
Well, actually, mostly you're trying to push math and science. These people believe that space exists. They claim that the moon is transparent.
Forgot about that.
I look up a lot of times. I don't see it.
There's a dome over the Earth. That Antarctica is a ring of ice around.
Yeah,
around
the ice shelf. It's the ice shelf around.
You know what I love to do? I love to talk to flat earthers about eclipses. That's always
there you go.
great conversation.
Yeah, explain that shit to me.
They come up with this fucking whacked out ass explanation for how solar eclipses work, and I'm like, okay. Well, there's the spotlight, and the moon is transparent sometimes. Okay, but what about lunar eclipses? Explain that shit.
Well, that's a different giant body in the sky.
Wait, some of them believe that we are the only flat planet, and everything else out there, it's round. They believe that shit, but no, just us, we're flat.
Yeah, there you go.
But
what was that?
Oh, okay, thanks.
Man, I was in 3rd grade. Motherfucking astronaut from NASA came to my school and told me that when I grew up, that I was going to be living in motherfucking space. And now I'm 55 years old. My kids are all almost grown up. Expect that maybe I shall not indeed be living in space.
I don't have my George Jetson car. I say it all the time. I'm 66 years old. I should have my George Jetson car. I should have an apartment on the moon or some shit with a little dog walk out there, so Astro could go out there and tread away. Yeah.
You mean Jenny?
Well, that's true. It would be Jenny. She'd have a little moon, a little one of them glass things over her head there, a little moon thing.
Well, supposedly we're getting closer. Tyler introduced this video to me the other day, and it was about the upside down skyscraper.
Oh, yeah. The one that hangs from space.
It hangs from an asteroid. We tether an asteroid to go in our orbit, and we start building
down.
Yeah.
Towards the Earth.
But we also build, actually, the sections here on Earth in Dubai, because they build all those big skyscrapers down there. They do it under budget and
get a
ahead of
trampoline
schedule
and just throw it up there.
Well,
There you go.
Let me tell you something.
What's that?
These motherfuckers got to repave Route 80 before they work.
Yeah, no
on
shit.
No shit.
No shit.
Infrastructure.
How about
anybody?
a little high-speed rail would be nice before we build upside-down skyscrapers hanging down from the ceiling. Yeah.
I-40 needs to be fixed too.
Yeah.
And every street in Corpus needs to be fucking fixed.
We have the world's
And
worst.
please don't forget 101 in Northern California.
Yes.
Everybody.
Oh, in Ohio, you're like your train to drive on the moon.
I'm telling you, infrastructure in every corner of this country is in dire need of upgrade of our infrastructure. And
it ain't just the roads.
No, it's everything. The water system, the electrical grid, everything. Our dams, which
Does
includes
Flint,
the one
Michigan
that's
have
upriver
clean water
from
yet?
No. No, they're still having problems in Flint.
In India, they're taking all the plastic and they're running it through a machine and they're paving all their roads with plastic.
Ain't that some shit? No, we can't do that though. That's too hard. We can't do this.
It's too simple.
People will lose their jobs if we start doing that.
Yeah, we need coal. Lots of coal.
We need a lot of burning
Let's blow
coal.
the top off that mountain over there. Are you shitting me?
Oh Lord.
It's yeah. It seems like this country is having to be dragged into some parts of the 21st century. Our technology is there, but not our infrastructure. It's whittling away. We're getting a brand new bridge down here, and I tell people all the time, you think we're getting that bridge because we just want a new bridge? No, we're getting it because the old one right next to it is fixing to fall into the bay. So, and they don't want that on the news, So that's why they're right in the process of building us a brand new big old bridge by the same
folks,
company.
I'm gonna have to go.
You're gonna have to go. Who was that? Was that Jim?
I couldn't tell. Who's got to go?
Wayne's stomach is going, feed me.
Oh, well, go feed Wayne's stomach. My goodness. Don't let him.
Yep.
Happy Easter, Velda.
Yeah, thank you, and everybody else have a nice day and happy Easter.
Happy Easter to all
You
y'all.
too.
Too. We
We'll
appreciate
talk
you
to you
stopping
later.
by.
Later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We should probably you probably got to feed Jenny's stomach
I've
too
got to
here in a
go
second.
move Jenny because she keeps baying out there.
Yeah. So
And Game of Thrones comes on tonight.
Oh, Mama's not happy. It doesn't look like we're going to get it.
Oh, no.
No, we're having trouble with our internet TV thing, and I can't get Hulu to come up, and that's how we get HBO, and that's how you get Game of Thrones. It's a mess. Don't remind me. Might have to wait till tomorrow to see it, but yeah.
But it'll be there tomorrow.
It'll be there. Just won't be able to see it tonight, which does not make her happy, and thank you very much for reminding me that.
We're going to watch it tonight, I guess. We're in Toronto, but we'll watch it at the same time as Julie back in Pennsylvania, so she doesn't we don't spoil each other.
I'm rooting for the Dragon Queen, Khaleesi.
Khaleesi.
Yep, I'm rooting for her.
Yeah.
I like her. Got dragon.
She's got a serious problem on her hands.
Yes, she does. Jon Snow is her cousin or something.
Jon Snow is the legitimate heir to the
nephew.
Targaryens. That's
Yes.
what he is.
Oh, yes, that would make him
Make things
king.
rather awkward between them.
Her
Yes.
king.
Her king. Yeah.
Her king.
That was what.
That's
what-
Not
right.
going to like that very
No,
much.
no, she likes being in charge. She may have a mean streak when it comes, but what we all know, love will prevail. Don't it always?
Not in that fucking-
No, I was about to say, not in that fucking world. Do you know how many people fucking died in that shit?
No shit.
God damn,
No
where was
shit.
all the love then?
I'm so happy I didn't live back in those days, man. I'm telling you.
God no.
I'm still not over the
Hey,
death.
they're not going to stop the White Walkers. The White Walkers is going to go down to King's Landing, get Cersei, and take him for his bride, and that's how it's going to end, guys. Sorry to be
White
a
Walkers has a
spoiler
dragon
alert.
too. White Walkers
Yeah, he
have a dragon
does.
too. Yep, they got the last,
Yeah, he
last
does.
season.
All right, let's watch out for any more any spoilers for those who haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
That's my fan theory.
there
that-
you go.
Well, no, I was just making sure
I'm a
Dad
big
knew
Night
not to
fan.
say anything because he's keeping up with everything.
Oh,
There's
I-
something
I
I
know.
don't care. I've never seen any of it.
You ain't seen it?
Oh, you're missing out,
man,
dude.
you're missing
You're
out there,
missing out.
folks. Good show. Good show.
It-
Best one I've seen
it's
since Breaking
way-
Bad, which I really
it's
like.
way
gotta tell you
better
guys
than
something.
reality.
What's that?
All right, now hear me out. All right.
All right.
Now you said that the Night King has a dragon, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he has a dragon.
Who can ride dragons?
Targaryens.
Targaryen.
Oh, really? But the Night
Yeah.
King could ride a dragon. Isn't that interesting?
Oh,
That is interesting, and I thought about that.
boy, howdy. And the plot thickens.
Fascinating.
And the
isn't
plot
it?
thickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
Targaryen can ride
Oh,
Good
yeah.
dragons.
point.
Targaryens.
Good point.
Yeah. And Jon Snow didn't have any problem.
That's something.
Yep.
Well, he's a Targaryen.
That's right.
Well, but so is I'm saying the Night King may very well be a Targaryen,
Targaryen too.
He might be a Targaryen.
Mm.
And
Got
wouldn't
right
that
up
be
on that dragon.
Yeah, he did.
Howdy.
Yeah, he did.
Wouldn't you like to do that? Ride a dragon. Toast me up a burger while you're at it.
And I'd be scared
Right?
shitless. Are you kidding me?
All right. Well, I guess we're
Oh,
gonna
you guys,
call it.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, Val Wood, you ain't seen Game of Thrones? Oh, darling, you need to go watch. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh man. Yeah, for all those in Discord, y'all can chill out for just or for a few seconds, and we'll be right back to chat with y'all for a few minutes before we call it quits for the day. But
I want to thank everybody for coming by and visiting and tuning in today. And Stephanie Dean, Breaking Bad was awesome, dear. I liked it. My wife had a hard time. Come on, let's watch it. I don't want to watch it.
It was good.
Until she got me to watch it.
It was great.
It was pretty good.
Great.
And very.
In case any of you are interested, I posted a link to an enjoyable, rather short video on YouTube of a globe supporter taking on a flat earther.
Oh, that'd be entertainment. There
Awesome.
you
Put it both in Discord and YouTube.
I got to go check out the thing Chris Clough sent me. Chris is our Blue Dot up in Medford, Massachusetts, and his daughter works at a honey place, and I got a package coming in the mail right now. It's got honey in it. I can't wait till that thing gets here. But it was a story about how a lot of the honey they tested in stores is not honey. It's only like part honey mixed with probably high fructose corn syrup or some shit like that. But I've learned a lot about bees since I met Chris Clough.
Yeah,
I really have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, somebody, there's always somebody out there with knowledge that you could get amazed with, and it's just, sitting up there in their head. Hey, Leo Sahaki, I didn't know you was in there, bud. That's the first time I seen you come by, so I hope you had a happy Easter too, bub. Leo does Biker Wisdom. You can find him on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know if he's on.
I don't know if he's on YouTube yet.
He's on YouTube yet.
He's on Facebook.
He's
though.
on Facebook
Biker
under
Wisdom.
Biker Wisdom, so y'all go check him out. Randy Kervin, Richard Anderson, they're people that raise their voice. Joe Riddle, there's a lot of them on the air that try to use their voice as much as they can.
Yeah.
And then those that are up a ladder or two, like Bob Kincaid and Tim Cormel, who have podcasts and stuff. They're all out there doing the same thing, trying to keep this message going and keep everybody motivated to do our job as citizens.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to do mine, baby. So, but anyway, like, share, subscribe. John Bertavot, Blue Dot in Texas, and all that stuff. John Bertavot on Facebook. John Bertavot Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Go by there and check out the family. JBS Blue Dot Family also on Facebook, and y'all out my truck window and all that kind of stuff on Twitter at Blue Dot in Texas, and just keep this message going, the motivation going. We still have a lot of work to do, and a long way to go before we get his ass out and start saving this country. Monica Byron says later, and she giving that little aloha thing. Anyway. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see y'all later. I'll be here tomorrow with my rant. We'll see you then. Bye.